10 years ago, isa simpleng salo-salo ang idinarao sa Universidad ng Pilipinas, Diliman. Nandoon na lahat ng batch ng school year 2006 to 2007 upang idaos ang kanilang get-together reunion. Sitting in a round table with his college friends, masayang nagkukumustahan ang lahat matapos ang 3 taong pagtatapos nila sa kolehiyo. Ang iba ay may asawa at pamilya na at may kanya-kanya ng trabaho. His sight landed to a woman wearing a peach-colored dress, showing her delicate and smooth shoulders and arms. Her dress hugs her perfectly curved body, perfectly as if it was made only for her. Her hair is framing her heart-shaped face with a pearl clip on its side. "Hey Jake, how's life?" Agaw pansin sa kanya ni Philip, katabi si Victor. Still managing my own business." Kibit balikat niyang sagot at uminom ng wine sa basong hawak. "How about you? Susundan mo ba ang yapak ng dad mo? To be a mayor? A governor to be exact." "Oh, seriously dude? Tito Franco won the position?" Manghang tanong ni Victor, tukoy sa ama nito. "Yup." Philip proudly nods. "Congrats," anya at itinaas ang kupitang hawak. "Thank you." Nito at itinaas din ang sariling kupita. "About your question, I'll start it with small steps. Tatakbo muna akong kapitan ng barangay." Wika nito at uminom sa hawak. "You know, making small steps is the start of a new beginning." Kibit balikat nito. "Oh, it was Phil's plan. Don't worry, I'll make sure. I'll give it a try." Sure. In Waco? I'll set up a meeting." "Okay, bye." He then hung up the call. It was Philip's plan to celebrate, though they continually celebrate their every victory. Si Philip mismo ang nag-manage ng selebrasyon. Nais din daw nitong magkita-kitang muli silang magkakaibigan. May inararato din itong business proposal para sa isang nilang kumpanya. Nasa isang company ng CDZ Corporation sa Waco ito ngayon upang i-follow up ang nasabing proposal. He pushes the intercom on. "Maya, did Monish Shirazi Company already sent you an email regarding to a proposal by Philip Darius Macario?" "Yes, sir. Put an appointment to it on my schedule by next Thursday." "Copy, sir." Mabilis na sagot nito. Monish Shirazi Company is under CDZ Corporation. Isa itong kumpanya na nag-export at nag-i-import ng mga local products inside and outside the country. Sakop nito ang transport, agriculture, and manufacturing industry. Tumutulong din ito sa mga bansa sa pagpapalago ng marketing sa mga local products na meron sa mga bansang iyon. May ilang branch na rin ito sa ilang bansa tulad ng Africa, India, Philippines, etc. On the other hand, Maya has been working for him over 8 years as his secretary. Ito lang ata ang nakatagal sa ugali niya. Kung tutuusin ay hindi niya hinahaluan ng personal na bagay ang trabaho. Kung trabaho ay tanging trabaho lamang. Though sometimes he's being rude to his workers but there's no personal motive. He again sat on his chair and signed the contract when the intercom lights. "Sir, your father, Mr. Sandoval, is outside your office," Maya informed. At sa pagkasabing iyon ay nagbukas ang pinto at pumasok si Rafael Tiago Sandoval on his dark suit, still looking young at his mid-50s. "Dad." He stands up as a respect to his father. "Sit down, hijo," Rafael said and sat in front of him. "What are you doing here?" Tanong niya at tiniklop ang folders sa lamesa. "Why? Are you not happy that I'm here?" "Of course not." "How's your travel with Mom?" "Well, you know your mom. She enjoyed it a lot." Nito na baka sa muka ang kasiyahan ng maalalang masayang muka ng kanyang asawa, Doña Aliana, Jake's mother, during their travel on Europe. "How about you? Mukhang gamay na gamay mo ng trabaho ah." "No, I'm still adjusting," he said and massaged the bridge of his nose. "Adjusting? But Clavio said you're doing a great job. Halos wala nga akong narinig na reklamo o problema sa mga company." "Dad, it's not just easy for me as you think. You let the whole company in my hands so sudden for 2 months. So are you saying it's a wrongdoing to have a time with your mom and go travel in her dream countries?" "No, what I'm saying is Iho! Putol sa kanya nito at tumayo sa kinaupan. I'm doing this to train yourself to handle a big one. What do you mean? Naguguluhan niyang tanong. He stared across their distance and held his chair to turn around facing the glass wall. Can't you see yourself, Jake? He said while his eyes are on the city below them. I'm fitting you to this position. You overreached my expectation as it was. You're truly my son. Tapik nito sa kanyang balikat. Yes, he was adopted. Parehas na may komplikasyon sa pagbuo ng bata ang dalawang mag-asawa kaya nag-ampon ng mga ito. But that wasn't a hindrance for him. They gave him their name, the attention, the life that every child in the world will envy, and the love. Hindi niya kinukumpara ang totoong magulang dito. He loves them as he loves his real parents. Do you think I'm going to feasible this? Tanong niya habang ang mga mata ay nasa syudad. You will. Always. Mega model Audrey Atienza just arrived in Brazil after winning the title of Mega Model 2020 in Nepal. Pagpasok pa lang ng arrival entrance ng airport ay kabi-kabila na ang pagkislap ng mga flash lenses ng mga camera. On her cream, off-shoulder, Ralph Lauren dress, Audrey smiled sweetly at the hovering crowd and waved her right hand. Agad na miscourt ang mga naglalakihang bodyguard sa babae na magsimulang dumugin ito ng mga reporters and supporters. Miss Audrey Atienza, please, look at here. Miss Audrey, as the new mega model, what are your plans for the upcoming contract offers from the biggest fashion industries and organizations? Audrey Atienza, what can you say about your new career in modeling industry? You can ask your questions to her a day after tomorrow on her press con. Her PA/manager, Rhea, said to the media na halos ay isubsob na sa kanyang muka ang mga microphones and recorders ng mga ito. Her guards leads the way to the entrance of the airport, where her van is waiting. Senorita Atienza! Miss, can I have your signature? A teenager girl asked. Ilalayo na sana ito ng isa sa mga bodyguards niya nang pigilan niya ito. No, it's okay. Pigil niya sa bodyguard at driver niyang si Jackson. Tumango ito at binigyang pwesto ang dalagita. Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of yours. The girl excitedly lends her the copy of her photo magazine. She gloatingly accepted it and put her signature on it. What's your name? Luisa. I'm Luisa. Glad to meet you, Luisa. She smiled at her and gave her the photo magazine of her. Thank you so much. Naiiyak na saad nito. Oh my God, me too! Me too! Inalalayan na siya ng isa sa mga bodyguard nang muli magkagulo ang mga tao sa paligid. Flashes of the camera and the hovering loud sound of the crowd and everywhere. Jackson opened the door and the van for her. Agad naman siyang sumakay kasunod si Rhea. Nakahinga si Rhea ng maluwag nang maisara na ang pinto ng van at nagsimula ng umandar. God, Audrey. What? She lovingly looked at her. Anong what? Halos patayin na tayo ng mga tao kanina sa airport sa sobrang dami. Stop overreacting, Rhea. You should used to it, since you're my manager and PA. She said and turned on her phone. Oh girl, hold up. I'm not going to be your manager and PA at the same time. If your grandmother didn't say so. And look. She raises her tablet in front of her face. You're the top trending topic all over the media. Samantalang ako na isang hamak na... Don't mind her, Miss Audrey. Kanina pa yung putak ng putak sa aeroplano dahil meron yan. Jackson said while driving. Ba't itong nagritong to? Pinigilan niya ito nang sanay hahablutin ito ang buhok ni Jackson. Hey, stop! He's driving. Umuwi ka na lang sa Pilipinas at magtanim ng kamote sa bundok. Bato ni Rhea nang nilukot na papel dito. Calm down, Rhea. Rhea Amor Ventura is a pure Filipina and working at managing agency under Mega Model Brazil. Ito ay nag-handle sa mga bagong model. Kasama na siya doon. While Jackson Gulliver is a half Nigerian and Filipino. He is a retired military army dahil sa kagustuhan ng kanyang ina. Then he became their one of most trusted bodyguard at her grandma's mansion. Ang lola niya mismo ang nagtalaga ditong maging bodyguard at driver niya. Kasi naman, sa lahat ng nahawakan ko artista at mga modelo, hindi ko akalaing ganyan kabilis ka sumikat. Kung noon ay halos magkandara pa ako na i-promote ang mga minamanage ko, ngayon sila na mismo lumalapit sa akin. Oh, kabig niya sa braso nito. You're just overwhelmed. So was me. Hindi ko naman ito maaabot kung hindi dahil sa'yo. You're the best of all the managers I had. Ewan ko sa'yo. Nito at pilit na binabawi ang kamay. Tumingin dito sa bintana. Halatang pinipigilan ang pagtulo ng luha. Ibinaba nito ang salamin at pasimpleng pinunasan ng mga namamasang mata. She knew Rhea for being a strict one. Sa lahat ng ayaw nito ay ang tatamad-tamad sa mga hinahawakan nitong modelo. She will do her best for her model. Like what she said lately, lahat ng nahawakan nitong modelo ay naging matagumpay at kinilala ng masa. Isa si Rhea sa mga most paid managers ng kanyang agencing pinapasukan. By the way, anya at umayos ng pagkakaupo. We're going to celebrate this, right? Congratulations, Audrey Atienza! Sabay-sabay na sigaw at bati sa kanila ng mga tao pagbukas ng elevator na kanilang sinasakyan. May party popper at mga decoration sa loob. May catering din at nandoon lahat ng staffs, directors at mga models. Nakadisplay pa ang malaking picture ng kanyang Vogue cover sa gitna. Let's welcome the new Brazil's new top model! Akbay sa kanya ni Hector at itinaas ang hawak na kupita. Hector Rosenbacken is one of the directors of Mega Model Group. Mega Model Group is the largest model agency in the country and the only multinational of Brazilian origin in the segment. Also, a leading fashion, media, and entertainment organization. Thank you all for making this surprise party. I really appreciate it. I love you all. What are we waiting for? Let's start enjoying! It's nearly 11 in the evening when Audrey got home at her grandma's mansion in Florianopolis. Hindi pa tapos ang celebration party sa MMG kaya nauna na siyang umuwi. Hinatid muna nila ni Jackson si Rhea sa pad niya. Lasing na lasing ito at hindi na kayang umuwi sa condo nito. Minsan lang din siyang umuwi sa mansion at mas nananatili kadalasan sa kanyang pad. Every after ng mga photoshoot abroad, niya ay binibigyan siya ng day off na kadalasan niyang inilalagi sa mansion. Being a model, you need to change your accustomed life and be a responsible one when it comes to time management. Kaya mas pinili niyang manirahan malapit sa agency na kanyang pinapasukan to not consume too much time in traveling. Aabuti na 1 oras sa pagbabiyahe kung sa mansion pa siya ng kanyang lola uuwi. Thank you, Jax. Anya sa lalaki at bumaba na ng sakyan. Pagpasok ng mansyon ay sinalubong siya ng kanilang butler na si Tiago. He's been a butler at their mansion since he was 28. Now, he's 66. Half of his life had been spent serving their family. Good evening, señorita. Tiago bowed. Where's Grandma? She's already asleep, señorita. My poor Grandma. For sure, she's been waiting for me. Where's my baby? Also already upstairs, señorita. Thank you, Tiago. You can now take your rest. Good night. You too, señorita. He said, then leave. Bakit sa ikalawang palapag na mansyon ay pumanhik siya sa ikalawang pinto? She slowly opens the door and peep inside. Nakapatay na ang ilaw at tanging night lamp na lamang ang nagbibigay liwanag sa buong kwarto. She tiptoed and walked towards the bed. Marahan siyang umupo sa tabi ng batang natutulog. She softly touches his soft safe. Mom? Ngulat nito ng mata. Yes, baby. Go back to sleep. Mom is here to protect you from monsters. Anya hinawi ang ilang hibla ng buhok nito sa muka. Am I not dreaming? You're finally here? Yes, baby. Welcome home, Mom. Gil said as he closed his eyes. That warmed her heart. She buried her fingers on his dark hair. She touches his thick eyebrows down to his nose. She softly caresses his soft cheeks, and how she wished her angel is. Nagpakawala siya ng buntong hininga upang pigilan ang luha. Muli niyang pinagmasdan ang batang natutulog. He's like a fallen angel. Kung sana. Hindi na niya napigilan ang luha at tuloy-tuloy na naglandas sa kanyang pisngi. It's been 4 years. She misses him a lot. Tinakpan niya ang bibig upang pigilan ang hikbi. It's been 4 years since their last encounter. Hinagod niya ang makapal nitong itim na buhok. Jake, I miss you. Mahina niyang usal habang umiiyak. Jake. Jake checked the time on his Burberry watch. It's already 8:48 in the evening. May victory party pa siyang aatendan sa San Antonio kung nasaan nandoon ang bago nilang kumpanya ng automobile. He closed the document he's reading, then wrinkled his nose as he took off his glass. Naalala niya ang pinag-usapan nila ng ama. I'm going to step down, Jake, Don Rafael said, then faced the glass wall. Dad, why? You're too young to do that. If it is because of some of our business computers are younger than you and being conscious about it, please don't, he said, shaking his head. Yes, his dad is in middle 50s now. Nakakonscious ito pagdating sa mga nakakasalamuhan nilang ibang businessmen. Karamihan sa mga business computers nila ngayon ay mga bata-bata, kadalas ay mga kasing edad niya lang. Minsan naiisip din itong wala na itong panama pagdating sa mga batang businessmen. Dad, you're the veteran businessman I've ever knew. ZDZ Corporation is not here because of you. I know, but... He bitterly smiled at him. But that's not the reason why I'm stepping down. It's your mom. Why? What about mom? Naguguluhan niyang tanong dito. I want to spend more time with your mom and create new memories with her. He deep sighed. My doctor told me I have SCID. It came back based on my health results and examinations. Kaya napapadalas ang panghihina ko at pagkahilo. Dad. Noon pa nito dinaramdaman sakit. Suki rin ito ng ospital na madalas nilang pagdalhan dito tuwing nakakaramdam ng pananakit o di kaya'y pagkahilo. You're right, I'm too young to do that. But I'm doing this for your own good too. Ikaw din naman na magmamana na lahat ng ito kaya mas mabuting nahahasa ka na habang maaga pa. Malay mo mas malayo pa pala mararating mo. Rafael jokingly said to light up the atmosphere. Hindi na siya muling tumugon pa. Ayaw ng papa niya na nag-aalala siya dito. Ayaw nitong nakikita sa mukha ng mga nakapaligid dito na kinaawaan siya ng mga ito. His dad is the kind of man who's very lion-hearted. Tinitingala niya ito simula noong una pa lamang sa larangan ng pagpapatakbo at pagpapalago ng negosyo. I understand. Tangon niya lamang dito. Lumapit ito sa kanya at tinapik ang kanyang balikat. That's my man, he proudly said. Nakarinig sila ng katok sa pinto. Sir, your car is waiting. Saad ng isa sa mga bodyguards ng ama niya. I'm going now. May next flight pa kami ng mama mo sa Australia. Anito at lumabas ng opisina. Sinundan niya na lamang ito ng tingin hanggang sa magsara na ang pinto. SCID, or Severe Combined Immunodeficiency, is a rare congenital disorder of the immune system that is characterized by inability to produce a normal complement of antibodies and T cells, that usually resulting in a weak immune system. Usually, mga ganitong case ay agad na nakikita sa mga babies. But in Rafael's case, may possibility talagang bumabalik ang sakit lalo na kung may family history silang may genetic problems. Also, SCID is caused by a deficiency of an enzyme that is needed lymphocyte development. Because the immune system doesn't work as it should, it can be difficult or impossible for it to battle germs, viruses, bacteria, or etc. that cause infections, kaya mabilis manghina ang katawan or magkasakit ng isang tao. He massaged his brows. Mukhang wala siya sa mood para magsaya lalo na nang malaman ang kalagayan ng ama. Kita rin niya ang pag-aalangan nitong sabihin sa kanya ang kalagayan. Sir? Katok ni Maya sa pintuan. Come in, he said and wear his glasses. Here's the stock market result of Brooks Paxton in Germany. She lends him the folder of the document. Thank you. He accepted. By the way, sir, do you want me to make you a coffee or bring you a snack here? No, thanks. Just finishing these papers. Napalingon si Maya sa likod ng amo kung nasaan ang ilang tambak na portfolios and folders. Sure ka, sir? Past 8 p.m. na po. Hindi po ba kayo pupunta sa victory party? Kayo na lang. Anito at binuksan ang folder na hawak. Just tell Victor. That's why we bring the party here. Biglang pasok ni Victor kasama si Philip. Don't worry. We're not going to mess your building, especially this office of yours. Philip said and sat on the sofa. Hi there, baby. Victor flirtly winked at Maya, ngunit hindi siya nito pinansin. Please, excuse me, sir. Magalang na paalam nito at lumabas na ng opisina. Did she just ignore me? Sunod tingin nito sa babaeng kalalabas pa lamang ng opisina. Obviously. He shrugs. After she saw you last night kissing a girl in a bar? Yeah. She saw that? He nodded. Tom. Lalabas na sana ito na opisina ng pigilan ni Philip. Dude, calm down. Just let her for a while. Hindi magandang salubungin ng galit ng mga babae. Hayaan mo na muna lumabig ang ulo. Victor and Maya are now a couple. Kung couple nga bang matatawag. It's just that they don't even know if there's a label between them or it's so complicated. Teka, pansin ni Philip sa hawak ni Victor. Ano ba yung hawak mo? Agaw niya dito sa isang fashion magazine. Nababakla ka na ba? Bakit may dala kang fashion magazine? Wait, don't tell me pinagdahasaan mo yung mga model sa magazine and their bikinis at inilalagay sa kwarto mo. Tuyang tingin ni Philip kay Victor. What the hell? Wag mo nga akong gaya sa'yo, Kapitan Philip Darius Macario. Pagbibigay diin ni Victor at inagaw mula dito ang magazine ngunit mabilis na iniiwas ni Philip iyon. Wait, let me see. Audrey Atienza? Basa nito sa pangalan ng model na nasa cover ng magazine. Oh, she's your... Did you already hear the news? Putol ni Victor kay Philip. Ramdam ni Philip ang pagseryoso ng tono ni Victor. Gayon din ang anyo ni Jake nang marinig ang pangalan. Philip didn't know anything about what happened to Jake and Audrey, kaya hindi ito aware sa kung ano nangyari sa dalawa. You mean, that Brazilian mega model? Yung kaklase natin dati sa philosophy is now a model? Audrey Atienza? Hindi makapaniwalang turan ni Philip at tumingin sa dalawang lalaki. Inagaw ni Victor ang magazine sa nakamaang na si Philip at inilapag sa office table. Now what? He coldly asked. Oh, come on, Jake. Patuloy ang wika ni Victor at lumapit dito. Para namang wala kayong pinagsamahan for the past 4 years. You know what, bud? Let's just set aside the drama and start the party. Philip energetically says as he opened the can of beer he's holding. Hinila siya ni Victor palabas ng opisina. Wala na siyang nagawa pa at nagpadala na lamang sa mga ito. Nasa lobby pa lamang sila ngunit may mga empleyado nang sumasalubong sa kanila na may dalang pagkain o di kaya'y alak. Pagpasok nila sa isang conference room ay nandoon ang ilang stops at mga empleyado na nagkakasiyahan. Mas nagmukha itong party room kaysa sa as usual nitong itsura. Ang table ay puno ng mga pagkain at inumin. May mga decor din sa paligid at disco light sa gitna. Naiiling niyang tinanggap ang inaalok na inumin ni Philip at naupo sa isang swivel chair. Humila ito ng isang upuan at itinabi sa kanya. Cheers! Taas nito sa beer, kaya nahawak. You act like you're not a barangay captain in the Philippines. Turan niya at uminom sa hawak. Tumungga muna ito bago magsalita. Dude, I'm just enjoying my stay here. Isa pa, pumunta ako dito for business matter na para din sa ikabubuti ng barangay ko. Sinusulit ko lang yung panandaliang bakasyon na meron ako. Anito at muling uminom. By the way, what's that business of yours here? Seriously? We already brought the party here for you to take a break. Cause we know you're too busy. But now you're talking about business? You're truly unbelievable, man. Ganyan na ba talaga nagagawa kapag inihiwalayan ng asawa? Victor said, then take the chair beside him. May dala na rin itong beer. It's from a village. Well, it's not just the whole village of mine, but also for the whole city of Sorsogon. Mas malaki lang talagang benefits na makukuha ng barangay namin dahil marami magsasaka doon. I want to help my people to recompense of the land that they are using to plant their crops. Alam mo naman, sa Pilipinas, hindi suportado ng gobyerno ang mga magsasaka kaya maliit lang ang kinikita nila. Pwede mo namang isubmit ang proposal mo sa Monisho Reza sa Pilipinas. We also have a branch there. Mas malapit at madali lang. Sagot ni Victor at uminom sa canned beer. Yeah, about that. I followed it up here para mabilis ang transaction. Malapit na din ang anihan kaya mas makabubuti kung agad kong makukuha ang approval ninyo. Since kayo ang head. O tatagalan pa ng ilang buwan kung sa Pilipinas ko ipa-follow up. Also, para na rin magkita-kita tayo ulit. It's been half in a decade. Oh, how sweet of you. Tura ni Victor at lumapit kay Philip saka kinabig ito sa bewang na parang bata. What the heck, Vic? Get off me! You're drunk already. Iwas ni Philip at pilit na inilalayo ang mukha ng kaibigan sa katawan niya. Wait, is that Maya? Nguso ni Jake sa babaeng kausap ang isang direktor ng kumpanya. Nakikipagtawanan ito dito. Napatigil naman si Victor at sinundan na tinuturo ni Jake. Parang umalsa ata ang dugo niya at gustong pumatay ng tao. Kita niya kung paano bumulong ang lalaki kay Maya na ikinahagik-hik ng huli. At aba, may paghampas pa sa balikat na lalaki na parang tuwan-tuwa sa sinabing pambabola. Victor! Let him be. He knows what he's doing. Pigil ni Jay kay Philip na sana'y pipigilan si Victor. Naiwang nakaupo sa swivel chair si Jay kasama ang 4 na wala lamang beer can. Patuloy pa rin ang kasiyahan. Ang iba'y sumasayaw na sa gitna dala ng kalasingan. Nauna na nagpaalam si Philip dahil bibisitahin pa nito ang ibang kamag-anak bukas. Sumandal si Jake sa kanyang kinaupan at inilibot ang tingin nang may mapansin. Nasa isang sulok si Victor habang kausap si Maya. Kita niya ang padabog na paglabas ni Maya na silid na agad na sinundan ni Victor. Ewan niya ba sa dalawang ito at ayaw pang aminin ang nararamdaman para sa isa't isa. Tinunggan niya ang huling bote ng beer ng kanyang hawak. He unblocked 3 buttons of his polo and loosened his tie. He released a deep breath and combed his dark hair using his bare hands. His past is haunting him now again. Nakaupo sa harap ng vanity mirror si Audrey habang inaayusan ng makeup artist at hairstylist para sa kanyang public press con. Scrolling on her phone, kalat na kalat ang balita at ang nananabik na pag-aabang ng mga fans and reporters sa nasabing public press con. 5 minutes before we start. Dinig nilang sigaw mula sa labas ng dressing room. Pumasok mula sa pinto si Rhea dala ang ilang script. Audrey, here are the important things you should remember during the press con. Alam mo naman, may posibilidad na magtanong ang mga reporters about your personal life. Therefore, you should answer safely. Huwag kang magpapadalos-dalos. I know. Anya at tumayo. Audrey Atienza, on the backstage. Sigaw ng direktor mula sa pinto. She thumbs up. Let's go. Anya kay Rhea ngunit bago lumabas ay muli siya lumingon sa mga tao sa silid. Thank you. You all always made a good job. Rhea assists her to the backstage. The cameras are rolling. The lights are turned on. The crowd is starting clamoring. She feels excited at the same time nervous. For sure, mas magiging busy siya sa mga susunod na araw. Let's welcome the new face of Brazil, the mega model, Audrey Atienza. Kasabay noon ay ang maingay na hiyawan ng mga fans at ang sabay-sabay na pag-flash ng camera. On her pink Prada floral maxi dress, paired with a Fendi rose necklace and earrings, she climbs on the stage and waves her both hands on the hovering crowd. Mas lumakas pa ang hiyawan ng may blandinong lalaki ang umakyat din sa kabilang bahagi ng stage. He's wearing an Armani gray suit and he dashingly smiled at the crowd. Also, the capturer of women's heart, Vincent Alfred Partridge. Sandali muna silang tumayo sa unahan upang kunan ng litrato. Hindi naman magkanda-mayaw ang mga photographers sa pagkuha ng magandang anggulo. Nakataas naman ang mga banners ng mga fans at sumisigaw. Sa mahinang boses, pasimple siya ditong bumulong na tanging ito lamang ang nakaririnig. You're here? Of course. Supporting you to your victory. He answered, then waved his hand. Winston is a male model noon pa, bago pa niya ito makilala. Naging ambassador ito noon sa corporation ng ama niya at ni Don Rafael nang makilala niya ito. After a month, she fly to Brazil. Doon niya na lamang model pala ito at ito rin ang nag-udyok sa kanyang pumasok sa industriya. Winston became her coach whenever she has a photo shoot. Itinuro nito sa kanya ang mga dapat at hindi dapat gawin pagdating sa pagmamodelo. Nakaupo sa isang parehabang lamesa sila Audrey at Winston kasama ang kanilang mga managers at ilang directors ng Mega Model Group. Ang mga reporter at ilang article writers ay nakaupo sa kanilang harapan. Nasa bandang likuran naman ng mga ito mga fans and supporters. Nagsimula ang press con na ang mga kadalasan tanong ay tungkol sa new career niya bilang bagong model. Miss Audrey Atienza, as the new face of Brazil, do you think you can do the job of being the top model of the year? Tanong ng isang reporter. Well, I can say I can do my best to do that. Follow-up question. Are you still open for inquiries of the other company? Of course, yes. I have an advocate to help the other companies to rise. Also, helping people is my passion. She answered politely. Thank you. Anito at ibinaba ang mic. May lumapit na isang babae sa mic. May suot itong ID ng article writer ng DHNR na isang kilalang news articles. Hi, Miss Audrey Atienza. I'm Faith from DHNR. As we all know, you and Mr. Winston are friends. But is there a chance that you two are going to level up your relationship? Agad na umani iyon ng bulong-bulungan at kilig sa mga fans.